Hello, good morning, and welcome to a very, very beautiful day. Today is it's Thursday. I love Thursdays actually, because they're close to the weekend, and they give us hope that we have time to rest as we go on. My name is Gugu Yala. You're watching Don't Train here live on Rstv, and we talk about the papers right now in the papers segment. A lot of things have been happening in the country. Of course, it is now common knowledge that the strike has been called off, and everybody, should go back to work. But however, people are asking, what profit, did the strike? What profit did the strike come with? What has it profited labor to go on strike? Well, Labour is going to tell us that because they negotiated with the federal government, and they came back from that negotiation. The federal government made some promises, and Labour says Labour seems to be satisfied with those promises, and there seems to be some kind of trust, between the two bodies, between the federal government and Labour, and that's why the strike was called off. Workers are waiting to get the benefits of that negotiation. Well, the strike was actually suspended. It was not totally cancelled, which means that if the federal government does not, keep their own side of the bargain, if they don't do what they have promised to do, if they don't keep their word, and then Labour is most likely to go back to the street. But it's this kind of ding-dong thing is becoming tiring. Some people are beginning to ask, are we children? Once you, every now and then you call us, children, yes, mommy, let's go out to play. And then we'll go out to play. Next, you say, come back, we're not playing again. What really is happening, don't you have an end to this constant ding-dong affair? Anyway, let's take a look at the paper headlines, and then we will talk. There's quite some interesting, headline stories there. Abia, for example, banning, some vehicles, long vehicles from moving around town before 7, 8 p.m. and all that. So you see those headlines, and then when we come back, we get your own side of the story, what you think about those headlines, how you relate to them, how they resonate with you, and how you want to, the comments you want to make and all that. The telephone is here, so we're going to talk on that too. So let's take a look at the headlines. Let's see the headlines, and then let's talk with our people. Here starts from the Guardian. It says currency depreciation, high energy cost, worsen inflation outlook. Currency depreciation, high energy cost, worsen inflation outlook. That's from the Guardian. Okay, still from the Guardian. NLC, TUC suspend strike as federal government to reciprocate gesture. Ask federal government to reciprocate gesture. That is from the Guardian. So do for me, I do for you. Also from the Guardian, ex-militant leaders blame Silva Tompolo alliance for APC's defeat. Ex-militant leaders blame Silva Tompolo's alliance for APC's defeat. All right, that's from Bayelsa election. And from the Nation, we have the story, Shettima lists education, skills development as panacea to poverty, hunger. Shettima lists education, skills development as panacea to poverty, hunger. That's from the Nation. Also from the Nation, breaking, Labour suspends nationwide strike, directs workers to resume. Labour suspends nationwide strike, directs workers to resume. That's from the Nation. And still from the Nation, reforms come with pains, but inevitable, says federal government. Reforms come with pains, but inevitable, says federal government. From there, we go to Punch. The Punch says here, Labour suspends strike. Ops stakeholders tackle NLC. OPS stakeholders tackle NLC TUC. Labour suspends strike. OPS stakeholders tackle NLC TUC. That's Punch. And still from Punch, insecurity threatens Calabar Carnival as kidnapping cases rise. Insecurity threatens Calabar Carnival as kidnapping cases rise. That's from Punch. And still from Punch, is wrong labeling all Nigerians corrupt. ICPC chair. It's wrong labeling all Nigerians corrupt. ICPC chair. That's from Punch. Still from Punch, you have the story, World Bank disburses $300 million palliative loans. World Bank disburses $300 million palliative loans. And then from there, we go to Vanguard, Ajero, NLC, TUC, suspend strike for further negotiations. Ajero, NLC, TUC, suspend strike for further negotiations. That's from Vanguard. And still from Vanguard, Abia restricts movement of heavy-duty vehicles from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Abia restricts movement of heavy-duty vehicles from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And still from Vanguard, court remands killer of 300-level female Uniport student. Court remands killer of 300-level female Uniport student. That's from Vanguard. And that's it from the papers. You've seen not the papers, several of them. Abia State, for example, taking the initiative of stopping heavy-duty vehicles from moving around, from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. So that the roads will be free for the smaller vehicles and they can start their own by night, And then, yes, the federal government and the labor coming to an agreement, some sorts of agreement, some semblance of an agreement, and suspending the strike. And the people expecting that the federal government will keep their own side of the bargain. Labor has shown a good hand by calling off the strike, suspending the strike, and then waiting for the federal government to do their own part now. And $300 million loan from the World Bank, that's quite some money, If you convert that to the naira, $1 million is like $1 billion naira now. So 300 million is 300 billion. Boy, what's the country going to do about that? 300 billion naira loan from the World Bank. Palliatives, actually, palliatives. I hope it won't end up as rice and stew, because often that's what we hear. They just buy us rice and say, that's the palliative, go home. So we hope that something meaningful will come up from that. Anyway, the lines are open now. You've seen the headlines. Call, let's talk. What do you think about all the events, about the headlines that you saw there? Which of them resonates with you? Call the number. The number is on your screen, and let's talk. I'm waiting for you. I'd like to hear your own side, of the story. Yes? Who's going to be the first caller? Nobody's calling? That's strange. By now, my phone line should be buzzing. Is it that the people don't have power supply at home, so they're not seeing us? Oh, somebody's calling now. That's nice. Hello. Oh, I lost that call. Now that's not good. So please call. Let's talk. What do you think? About those ex-militants saying that Silva having an alliance with Tompolo is the reason why he lost that election. What do you think? Does that mean that the people of Bayelsa don't like Tompolo? Why did Silva lose that election? Do you agree with the ex-militants? Hello? Yeah. Good morning. Can you please kill the volume of your TV? Just turn down the volume of the TV. If you don't turn down the volume of your TV, we can't talk. All right, please, people, thanks for calling. I like that you are responding, but kindly turn down the volume of your TV and let's talk so that we won't be having this howling in the background. It doesn't help anyone. Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my brother. Oh, you're welcome.
This labor, the color is like, how long is it?
How long is the call off, or how long did the strike last?
Are they going to continue for the strike, or are they concluding what they made them go to the strike? Are they continuing what they made them go to the strike?
Well, according to reports that we get, Labour sat down with the federal government and agreed on certain things that the federal government will do, and the federal government agreed that they would do it. So, as a show of good faith, Labour suspended the strike, waiting for the federal government to do what they've agreed to do. If the federal government does what they've agreed to do, there'll be no need for the strike. But if the federal government fails, maybe Labour will go on another strike. I don't know.
Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
yes, I'm listening.
You see, one thing with Labour, you know, God yourself first. They do like drive. Let them do this thing one and for all. Then we know if we are going to not tomorrow strike, tomorrow protest, tomorrow strike, and this and that, and suspend. Let them do it one and for all so that we know we are. Look at common fuel. It's very costly. Everything in the market, let them do it one and for all. What if they will go, they will call it strike, they will go, they will call it, and they don't have one mind. Huh? Let them do it one for all. Let them know where you stand.
Okay, so you.
Thank you, that's my day.
All right, thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, my brother from Obibo. You know, I just want Labour to, take the bold step and go for the kill once and for all. Kind of strike that you say we die here. It's either you do what you want or for as long as possible. Hello. Hello. Okay, so I lost that caller. Now, actually, some people share the same sentiments with this guy. This incessant off and on strike is beginning to lose its appeal, and people are getting tired of it, so they want something concrete. But I tell you what, it's not easy to be a labor leader because there's a lot of pressure. Pressure comes from all sides, from the government, from your friends, from everywhere. So, if you are in Labour's position, what would you do? If the high and mighty of this country, calls you and tell you, "Hello, good morning. Hello, hello, you are connected." Okay, thanks for calling. Now, so if you're Labour, what are you going to do when people from very the high and mighty calls and says, your action is going to cost us. Your action is going to cause trouble. Could you please slow down? Don't worry, we'll do something about it. Hello.
Hello?
Good morning, my brother.
Bless you. How you doing?
Fine, sir.
This Labour strike, is it for fuel subsidy levels or for people that find salary increment? You don't understand this yet, right?
Everything, everything. For slapping Ajero, is part of it. For a long time, they've been talking about the fuel hike, so that's also part of it. And then they've been talking about the increase in salaries, the new minimum wage. That's also part of it, and many other issues that were, put on the table for discussion. The federal government has given them an assurance that they're going to do something about that. I don't know when and how, but Labour seems to be satisfied with the explanation given, and the assurance is given by the federal government. So that's why they ask us to come back to work. See, that's why I'm here.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right, sir.
How's your beloved family?
Beautiful, sir. And yours?
Good.
Thank God. So, let's take a call, and then what do you think about the headlines that we saw? Everybody's talking about labor and labor and labor. There were other headlines. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. You're welcome.
My name is Samson. I'm in
Okay, Samson. I hope you don't have a Delilah in your house. Okay, go
So
ahead.
I want to talk on the headline. ICPC chair said it's wrong labeling all Nigerians corrupt.
Yes, sir.
I think that the ICPC chair himself should look inward. He is not right by his assertion because all Nigerian institutions are corrupt, and so is all Nigerians corrupt. Nigeria is built on corruption. Nigeria foundation was laid on corruption. So what is he actually saying? Can he point out one person that is not corrupt in Nigeria? A professor will conduct election and collect millions and announce fake results. A student will copy from another student or go to hall with exam and is being expelled from school for exam malpractice. And the same professor that expects a student from exam malpractice collects hundreds of millions of naira and announce fake results. What are we talking about? The nation itself is corrupt. The name of Nigeria is corruption. So I want the ICPC chair to tell me one Nigerian, including himself, that is not corrupt. The ICPC chair is corrupt. The judiciary is corrupt. A country whose judiciary is damn corrupt. So what is left of it?
Something looks like you are very angry this morning.
Hello?
I say you sound like you are very angry this morning.
The country says it's angry. Every person is angry. The country is everything about the country makes everyone angry. No Nigerian is happy. I don't know if you are happy where you are sitting.
Something me, I try to make myself happy.
So you try to make yourself happy. That's why all of us try to adjust and see how we can make ourselves happy. But the truth is that no Nigerian is happy. Everything about Nigeria is wrong. So the country is corrupt. So ICPC should learn to live with it, that Nigeria itself is corrupt. Nigerians are corrupt.
Sorry,
every institution in Nigeria is corrupt.
Please, can
is corrupt. Police is corrupt.
Please, sir.
Everywhere is corrupt. So you should bear with it. It's the nature of the country. The country is corruption, and corruption is Nigeria.
May I ask you a question, sir, before you leave? Can I, sir?
Hello?
Yes, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Please, something. Are you a Christian?
Yes, I am.
Do you go to church?
Hello?
Yes, do you go to church?
I do.
So you have a pastor?
I'm not a pastor.
I mean, you have a pastor. Your church,
I do, yes, I have a pastor.
Your pastor is corrupt.
I can't exempt any Nigerian from corruption. That is the truth.
So you can't exempt any Nigerian. So why do you go to church and listen to a corrupt pastor?
The pastor himself is not sent, it's not God. Only even Christ, when he was asked if he is the good man, he said no, that only one person is corrupt, only one person is good, and that is God. That is God. Only God is good. So I can't stand here to tell you that my pastor is a saint. No.
Now, I'm not saying whether he's a saint or not. I'm saying that, since he's a Nigerian, he's corrupt. So, and just as you are corrupt as a Nigerian. So, what's the difference between you and him? Why do you have to go to church and listen to him when both of you are the same?
I go to church to serve God. I go to church to serve God.
Can't you serve God in your house?
To serve and worship God, that is why I go to church.
When 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I'll be there. You have a family, you have a wife, you have children. Can't you gather, clap your hands and serve God there?
Yes, because he said you come to his house and worship him.
Okay, thanks for calling, sir. Thanks.
That's what David said, I am happy when they say, let's go to the house of God. Don't avoid the gathering of the brethren.
You can not avoiding the gathering of the brethren who are all corrupt.
You don't. The Bible even told us not to look at the next person. Do your own. Do your own thing. Your own. Just the way you feel it pleases God. Your own. Not judging whether the person is corrupt or the other person is not corrupt. If you begin to look at it, my brother, you won't serve God. Anything you do is just between you and God, your own relationship with God.
Okay, so why don't you do your own about Nigeria and forget about the judges and all those that are corrupt?
So I tried to speak about it because the ICT teacher brought it up. So I want to let him know that he shouldn't bother himself wasting energy on that area because the second name of Nigeria is corruption.
All right, sir. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, well done.
All right. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this morning's program. We're talking about the papers. Actually, we are not in the courtroom. We are not. Something was not in the dock. You understand? You know, I wasn't cross-examining him. We were just sharing ideas. Hello. Good morning. Could you please turn down the volume of your TV? All right. Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. My name is Rose.
Oh, Rose Flower. Rose, your TV volume is still high. Please lower the volume of your TV.
Okay, sir. He's talking of Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Nigeria is very, very corrupt.
Oh,
Everything.
another corrupt Nigerian.
Government. Make you reduce things. Make people who don't get money, let the hands rich to buy something.
Okay.
Understand? If you go market now, cost of space very, very high. You can buy crayfish of 100 naira before. Now it's 200 naira. 400. You can't see crayfish of 50 naira. Wash your hands. When we talk about Gary and other things.
Sorry, madam, are you coming from England? You call it Gary. Is it Gary or Gary? It's Gary, right?
Gary.
Don't confuse my listeners, please. It's Gary that we know it.
And make everything very high. Make it do something. I beg.
All right, ma. I think they are listening to you. You know, but do you agree with something that all Nigerians are corrupt?
Yes, Nigeria corrupt.
All Nigerians.
Nigeria is very, very corrupt.
So why do you people complain when INEC gives you corrupt results? If we agree that we are all corrupt, you know, then what do you expect? Why do we complain when we get, you know, corrupt results? Since we are all corrupt, it becomes a part of our lives, isn't it? Anyway, one last caller before we call it quits. Yeah, our time is up. So, always going to be the lucky caller. What do you think about the headlines? We showed you some beautiful headlines there. You know, okay. We were talking about the. We were still talking about the biased elections and other things. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Yeah, could you please turn down the volume of your TV, sir?
How are you?
Fine, sir. Hello, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Mara calling from Obibo.
Okay, Mr. Mara, could you please turn down the volume of your TV?
Hello, are you hearing me?
I can hear you. Please turn down the volume of your TV.
Okay, please, you said the Nigerians are corrupt. So I want you to...
I didn't say so. It was something that said so.
When you say Nigerians are corrupt.
I didn't say so. Somebody said so. I was asking him that if there was no exception.
No, I heard you say that all Nigerians are corrupt.